Hi everyone. We are live on YouTube as opposed to live on the Brutus Monroe Facebook page because for some reason Facebook just isn't getting along with us today when it goes on the live feature. So we are here live on YouTube, and I promise that I will go ahead and update this onto the actual Facebook page so that everyone that I promised that would see this live demo on Facebook will be able to see it there. So today we are talking about the brand new large media mat from Brutus Monroe. A lot of you have asked to see the features and the different things that this can do and what makes it a little bit different from an average everyday craft mat. So I'm going to actually show you today exactly what makes it different. So we're going to head on down to the desk and I'm going to show you exactly what makes it different. So first and foremost, it is a large footprint. It is 16 inches from bottom to the top, and it is 24 inches wide. So 2 feet wide and a little bit over, well actually quite a bit over a foot to the top and bottom. Now the first thing that you may notice about this mat that's a little bit different is underneath of it, I actually have the Brutus Monroe, this is our grid paper. So this is the paper that we use to stamp and do all sorts of fun things over top of, and you can see through it. So this was very important to me because you can see the grid actually through the mat, and you can kind of do all sorts of different funky and fun things through this as well. So the number one thing that I really love about this mat is, number one, it's non-stick. So nothing will stick to it, none of our inks, none of our sprays. You can use them all on the mat and it will not stick and it will not cause any issues for you. Now, something that's really cool about this mat that I want to share with you now is that you can do monoprinting. Now, if you're asking what monoprinting is, you're in luck. I'm going to show you exactly what it is. So we can take just some acrylic paints here. I'm going to start with red, and I'm going to do it right across there. Then we're going to do a little bit of white, and then we're going to do green, because we're going to do a little bit of a Christmas theme here. And we're going to create some different monoprinting. So monoprinting just simply means that you are taking a print from one surface. So I'm just going to take my acrylic roller here and I'm just going to roll it. So this is similar to what you might see with a jelly press. And you can just go right over top of it and you're going to get very smooth transitions. You don't want to press down too hard. And now you can see we have a very smooth transition of those colors. That's a beautiful ombre. So now what we do is we'll place this over to the side, and I'm just going to simply take a piece of paper and I'm going to place it right on our area here. You don't have to press too hard, and then I'm going to lift from the corner and you'll see that amazing print is now on my piece of paper, which I just think is so cool and so incredible. And you can do this multiple times. So now let me grab another piece of paper and I'm just going to go over to this side and pop that on there and then just lift from the corner. You can lift really from wherever and you have another really cool print. Now the beauty of this is you can keep going. So I'm going to grab my roller, just make sure it's in the same place, because the special, I guess you would say the special material that this mat is made out of makes it so that the paint is not going to bead up. It's not going to do what you would normally think would happen with a paint on a regular craft mat. So I'm just going to place this down again, and then we're going to lift up from the corner, and you can do another print. And they are different every time, and they're super cool, and they are really awesome. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through again, and I want to show you that you can actually do some doodles in it, because it will stay right where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to grab this, I'm just going to drag and do a couple little squiggles. Very simple, very easy. You can do whatever you would like, and the paint is not going to, again, like I said, it's not going to bead up, it's not going to move, it is going to stay right where you want it to on this mat. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag this through. I'm going to grab another piece of just plain white alabaster paper, and I'm going to add that in. Then I'm going to grab the corner again, and you'll notice that our print, and I hope you can see that pretty well, our print, that doodling, is right there in our piece. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of Halloween. So I think it'll be fun to do some Halloween colors. So I'm just going to very quickly take my acrylic roller, and hello to everyone if anyone's saying hello. Unfortunately, I cannot see the comments right now, but Heather will let me know if I have any that I need to chat with on her little marker board. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and you'll see how easily, look how beautifully this cleans up. Literally just a couple of swipes, and you can use the Squeaky Clean on this. You can use really any cleaner that you're already accustomed to. I use the Squeaky Clean just simply because that's, of course, as you guessed, my favorite cleaner. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the Squeaky Clean that has our rose oil in it, that smells absolutely wonderful in your crafting space, wherever that may be. If you have a crafting room, or you work on your dining room table or your kitchen table, wherever you create, it's going to make that area smell absolutely sensational. So now we're going to do a Halloween version. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. It's a cadmium yellow, and we're going to take that. We're going to add that onto our mat here. Then I'm going to take a little bit of a white, and then I think I'm also going to need some orange. Heather, could you grab me some orange? Hello, Lainey. And we're going to do some orange so that we can create what would look like it's going to look like a candy corn. And while Heather's grabbing me that orange, I'm just going to move these ones out onto the side so we have a little bit more space here. And I don't want to get my hands all in that. So I hope you guys, are we still centered? Yep, we're still centered. I'm looking from afar, trying to see the monitor, and soon we will have a larger monitor in this room, so I'm not squinting to try to see the little screen that Gio is broadcasting from. So now I'm going to add a little bit of orange. And again, like I said before, this is a great craft to do with the kids because it's very simple. So now I'm just going to go back through. And again, you're just going to want them to meet up in the middle. And if that isn't the most wonderful little piece of candy corn that you've ever seen, I don't know what is. So, oh, others had issues with Facebook Live today too? Okay, then Gio, we weren't the only ones. So it wasn't just us. So I'm going to go ahead and grab another piece of our alabaster paper, and I'm just going to put it right on in the center here. Just zhuzh it down a bit, which you guys know is one of my favorite words. I don't know what it means, but we're zhuzhing regardless. And I'm going to go ahead and lift this up, and look at that. Really, really cool. Imagine cutting this out. And I mean, it's just stunning every single time. It doesn't get old. It really, I don't think that this monoprinting is ever going to get old. And again, you're using the same mat that you're using for your regular crafting. And hello, and thank you to everyone that is joining in. I really appreciate it. The link is below for this mat if you want to pick one up. We are, and I believe, a limited supply now, but don't worry, there are many more on the way. And depending on how hard you smush this down, it's very similar to the way a jelly plate would work, the more you're going to see of that gradient. And just look, I just can't get enough of that gradient that literally looks like a candy corn. And again, we're going to go back in. We'll do one more. If you were to cut this out and, you know, already have it looking like a candy corn, you could dip that right in, and it's going to look gorgeous. And you saw how little paint that I put on there. And we're getting tons and tons and tons of prints. Tons of prints. And yeah, it would be perfect for die cuts. You can see just, I mean, you can't go wrong every time. And I mean, I'd probably get 10 to 15 prints out of this one smushing, I guess you could say, of paint. And I'm just going to come back in. We'll do one more because I can't wait to use these for our backgrounds. And the mat is heat resistant. Up to 400 degrees is what we've tested. I'm sure it will go higher than that, but 400 degrees is safe for if you're using your hot glue or you're using any kind of heat over top. And look at that ombre there. Again, I don't think this is ever going to get old. I'm having so much fun with this plaid. You want me to do plaid? Well, plaid is going to be, let's see. We don't have, I don't know if we have enough paint left. We can do, yeah, you can do plaid after. You can do it doubled up. I mean, there's lots of ways that you can do this. It's completely up to you how you do it. I'm just going to come back in and kind of add a little bit of color this way. And there's a lot of different things that you can do again. This is just going to have a completely different look. So I'm going to grab another full sheet. And again, do not waste that paint. You are going to have tons and tons and tons of paint left over from that roller, and it's going to work out really well. So look, it's just so cool. So cool. And I love it every single time. It just looks really, really cool. So that is all we have today for the, and we're going to swing back around to me so I can show you the things that we did yesterday. So these are the different items that we did yesterday. So we have this one that we did here, which is just a really, really cool kind of an autumnal looking one. We did some really cool tags yesterday. We just did a lot of really, really cool monoprinting yesterday, which is really, really, really cool. So that is all that I have for all of you today. And what we're going to do is we're going to head back on to live later on. And I will talk to you all very soon. So thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.